There you go. You gotta love it. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented superstar, singer, writer, actor. He does it all, you guys. IronE Singleton. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Jimmy and Ron. I love you guys. Great
and you're somebody I call friend. How do you like them apples?
Oh, I love them apples.
That's what you are. I never got over meeting you and your fabulous wife. I was so impressed. I can't tell you. Your wife is just a lovely, beautiful girl and genius. She's an attorney, am I correct?
No, she's not an attorney. She should be. She's everything else but an attorney.
She's doing something fantastic.
No,
no, I know whose wife is an
Nova.
Attorney. Nova's wife is an attorney.
She's in Atlanta too.
You know who Nova?
International Nova's a cool rapper that we know.
What does your wife do? I was so impressed.
Oh, she's a techie. She's a manager. She's a landlord. She's a she does everything. But before she came on,
I just flipped over her. I thought she was one of the nicest, sweetest people. You both are. And I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. There are many people who say they're Christians. They're full of crap. They're not Christians. They just use it to hurt and to punish. But you two are truly Christians.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, from the heart.
So here's what we got to do. First of all, okay, say hi to the man behind the boards, Chad Murphy.
Hey, Chad Murphy.
IronE, welcome to the show, sir. Good to have you.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Then we got a chat room full of people, so say hello to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, chat room full of people.
There you go. And now I didn't get to do this last week, so I get to do this now. First of all, I want to congratulate you. I collect action figures, but primarily I collect action figures of people who've been on the show. And I'm so excited that you have your own two. I only have two of them. I think there's more than two, but I have two. I think there's three. But I have my own IronE Singleton T-Dog action figures.
Nice.
And first of all, to get a Walking Dead action figure, you have to be one badass dude, because not everybody gets a Walking Dead action figure, and you've got several of them. So I wanted to give you props for that, because I think that's the coolest thing. I mean, you got action figures, and your character's not even on the show anymore, and that's how important your character was. That years later they're making action figures of you. I think that's the coolest thing ever. So I just wanted to give you props and let you know that even though I know you don't make a nickel off of this, probably, I got your figures, dude.
Now, to make them really valuable, you should sign them,
There you go.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Next time we see, are you doing any more conventions?
Yes.
Do you do them still?
Yes, I just did one last weekend here in Atlanta, the Walker Stalker Cut Atlanta. But I'll be in New York, New Jersey.
Oh, we'll see you then.
Maybe in a few weeks.
Okay, we're there.
I love that.
Good.
There,
we're close to that. We
Yeah,
gotta love it.
we're
So you guys,
close to that.
I only played T-Dog in The Walking Dead. You guys, he was fabulous, and I was very disappointed when you died. I'm so happy that you have such a huge fan base still through that, because I know The Walking Dead had their 100 episode anniversary or whatever recently, and I saw you all over the place. So still giving you props with that. He was also in The Blind Side. You guys, it's the biggest grossing sports movie of all time. He played Kingpin Alton, and you guys know that's the movie with Quentin Aaron and Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw. And we actually went to an anti-bullying dinner party in Boca Raton, Florida, a year and a half or 2 years ago, where Quentin Aaron was the guest. He sat at the table next to us. What a cool guy.
Awesome. Yes, he is. He's wonderful.
Did we go, really?
Yeah, with Shane. We went to, it was in Boca, and that's where we met Wendy Moten. Do you know Wendy Moten? Because she lives in Atlanta,
Wendy.
doesn't she?
I think the name sounds familiar. I would have to see it.
She was supposed to be like the next Whitney Houston in the 90s.
No, forget about it. She's better. She's the next
Oh, wow.
Peggy Lee. You got to hear her sing ballads from the 40s. Oh,
Wow.
my God. Wendy Moten is probably the best singer out, or one of the best singers out there.
She had a hit song back in the day called "Coming Out of the Rain," and it was a huge hit in the 80s or late 80s or early 90s maybe. But she's fabulous, and I think that somehow I thought she was from Atlanta, but I could be wrong. And we just had Alfred Trevette on just right before you, and
Who's from Atlanta.
and he's in everything that's Tyler Perry. Basically, he's in every Tyler Perry production that there is. He's in Too Close to Home, that TV show, and he was in Banshee, and now he's in the new Tom Cruise movie, American Made, and
and
he's from Atlanta too. I should introduce you guys
Do
because
you
he's cool.
socialize with a lot of black people or not?
I do. Black people,
Okay,
white people,
and you
Asian.
have. Oh, wait a minute. If you socialize with black people, then you have to know this gorgeous woman, Angie B.
Yes.
Angie.
BNG.
Angie. You know it?
Angie.
You
Yeah,
know her?
BNGB.
I love her. She's the most
She's a
gorgeous.
singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Angie B. Angie B.
Yeah,
I love
yes.
her.
BNGB. She was part of.
She's one of our good
Yes.
friends. We
We
love
went
her.
to a party at her house a couple years ago.
And then we
when
stayed
were driving
over.
through and stayed over. She lived in a big old house in Atlanta, and she
A five-story house with a swimming pool.
but she was with
Oh yeah, the girl lives well.
she was part of MC Hammer's like crew
Yeah.
back in the day when MC Hammer was really big, too legit to quit and all that. There you go.
Too legit.
And her song is called Love, and we play it all the time on the show. And I love the song called Love, and the lyrics are beautiful. She's quite a singer, B. Angie.
You gotta love it. So,
So
tell
yeah,
me,
Elena's got a lot of friends of ours.
tell us what's going on with IronE. You got this new show, one-man show, Blindsided by the Walking Dead. I know this is a Kickstarter campaign still going on. We didn't miss it, right? We're still going on.
It is. No, you have not missed it yet. It ends November 17th. And we're just trying to bring the world in to be a part of something that we think would benefit all of us. The show is about truth and love. It's about us loving one another, coming together, resolving all of our issues. It's a catharsis for me. It's an hour 45. Exactly, Ron. So that is what God has led me to do here, given everything that I've been able to overcome. And it's an hour 45 minutes with me on stage. I'm dancing, I'm rapping, I'm doing poetry, I'm doing comedy, stand-up comedy, so lots of drama. And at the end of it all, people that have come out to the show, they're exhilarated, they're motivated to press forward and overcome all the obstacles that they face in life. And they are more willing to love one another because they understand our interconnectedness.
This is not new, you know, what you're saying. When I was a hippie back in the 60s, this is what we believed in. And everybody believed it. Brother, love, you know, peace, let's get together. Songs were, let's get together. Everything was about uniting and getting together. Then somehow Dynasty came with Joan Collins and everybody became bitches. And all they wanted to do was dress up, have $3,000 handbags, and drive Mercedes-Benz. And beat the living shit out of each other. So I don't know what happened.
I love it.
I don't know.
This is Ron.
This is Ron. You better believe it. Ron tells it like it is. No smoke, baby, up anybody's butt.
So you guys listen up, though. If you go to Kickstarter and you type in Blindsided...
No, it's true. It's true. What happened
Well,
to the world?
Hang on, you guys. If you go to Kickstarter and you type in Blindsided by the Walking Dead, BBTWD, you guys, you can see it because IronE's basically he's raising money to take this show on the road, right? So you can go all across the country with it.
Yes, that is the plan. And whichever state contributes the most money, that's where we'll go first. But it's interesting. You touched on the age of indulgence. That was the 80s when regulations were loosened up and everything. And it was like a free for all. And everybody was about capitalism and everything like that. So we had Dynasty, we had Dallas, we had a whole bunch of other shows. That
No, but Dynasty was the worst poison of all. That was the most poisonous because I loved Dynasty and I wanted to be Joan Collins. I really did.
You did? Yeah.
No, it was a wonderful show, but it taught us everything bad. It didn't teach us what we were
It definitely
all
didn't teach
about.
how to work together.
Well, you know what?
Like people.
I'm going to talk now for 2 minutes. Everyone out there, if you are a Christian, a born-again Christian or an old Christian, or who cares what kind of Christian, if you want to help this man, I say this all the time, I don't want you to send him a lot of money. I want you to send him $1. That's all, for Christian's sake. Send him $1. By the way, we have 4.5 million people that watch us.
Oh.
So if you give $4.5 million, you're in good shape.
So if every one of you out there, Christian, Jews, Chinese, black, green, fags, straight, whores, I don't care what you are, prostitutes, anybody, hookers, you make a lot of money. What's a buck? Send him $10. Charge your Johns.
He's going to have a heart attack.
Charge your Johns $10 more and send it to my friend. He's got to get this show on the road because he might help. and maybe people will wake up to what's going on in Washington and what's going on all over the world.
And learn to like have fun and enjoy life.
Yes, life
I wrote
is.
this down. I wrote some notes down, IronE, for this.
Wait, let me just finish. Life is not all about pedophilia, and it's not about politics, and it's certainly not about Trump. And Trump has taken up much too much of the world's time.
Let's get some positive messages going. So I wrote down Blindsided by The Walking Dead. It's 40% comedy, 30% drama, 20% song and dance, 10% spoken word and poetry and Shakespeare even. I like that. That you're going to play in an hour and 45 minutes. You're going to play 20 different characters to tell your life story, growing up destitute in the inner city projects of Atlanta, through your college career, football at the University of Georgia, through through your acting and your explosive career. And then I hear it has a great ending, which you can't tell us because everybody's got to go see the show. And that will be covering maintaining healthy relationships, social and self-awareness, leadership and responsibility, adaptation to cultural differences, alternatives to violence, which is a great one, drugs and sexual promiscuity, and AIDS awareness, and more. So I love that you put all those different things together. You're covering everything. A lot of stuff in a little bit of time.
What you did cover was bad plastic surgery. Some of the people around, have you ever seen them with the lips blown up? And now they put the cheeks in the face, and they all look like Joan Rivers. Poor thing. I mean, you got to talk about bad plastic surgery and tell people. No, you got to tell them, do not do the fillers and the Botox because you all look like Howdy Doody, marionettes. You look like marionettes, puppets, stupid people. I mean, they all want to be black, so they blow their lips up. Meanwhile, I mean, really, they say they hate black, yet they blow up their lips and lay on the beach for 3 weeks. They're black. Then they get themselves permed, so they walk around with permed hair, big lips, and dark. And they'll be the first ones to say bad things about black people. I mean, get those assholes first.
I love it. First of all, I just think the whole thing is great. Like, I think that you are doing something that's really cool. You're using your popularity to actually give back to society and the world. You know, not that many. Look at him. He's like freaked out.
Oh, he knew.
Ron is cracking me up.
He knows me too.
We got to hang out because
not that much.
Laugh.
Honestly,
when we come to see you signing, autograph signing, we'll have dinner afterwards, so we can hang.
Oh my goodness.
I think that the fact that you use your celebrity to actually do things to help the world and give back to the world, because it's getting, you've overcome a lot of obstacles and done really well. So Jimmy, I think that's really cool.
He's a black man that lived in a time that wasn't like today. It was a time when black people were like garbage. They were nothing. They were like not allowed to walk on the same side of the street.
He's younger than I am.
No, well, I'm talking about my era. I used to go to Florida by car. And I would drive down to Florida, and I saw things I couldn't believe. I'm from New York. I went to school with black people. My best friend was Robert Taylor, not the actor, black guy. And I say black only and white only bathrooms. And what they're doing now to gay people, Mississippi just passed a law where in Mississippi, if they don't want to serve you because they're gay, they have the right to throw you out of the store. So now all gay people are boycotting Mississippi. We're not having anything to do with them. I mean, what do they want to do to gay people? What they did to black people? Get the hell out of here. We're all, baby. We all came out of a snatch the same way, and we all go on the ground the same way. All right?
He doesn't know what to do with that.
No, but it's true. I could have said the other word, but I didn't want to be vulgar. I could have said the C word, but I wouldn't do that.
No.
But I mean,
is your wife okay? Tell her to show us her head. I know she's standing there.
She loves it.
She's about 5 feet away from me.
She has one of the best.
Do you hear Ron?
She has one of the best senses of humor. Please.
She does. She can't hear anything though, but she sees that I'm dying here.
Right.
Dying from laughter.
Equality starts the moment you're born. That's when equality starts. The moment you come out of your mother, equality starts. And it's all stupid people, the ignorant people, who make it bad. Why must you be against gay people? We don't bother you. And who's going to do your hair if we all die?
Jeez.
Well, he shaves his.
I mean, women out there. Who's going to design your dresses, design your home, cook gourmet meals, make your life beautiful?
So tell it. So, buddy, Guys, you can find out more about IronE's project if you go to ironesingleton.com. It's IronESingleton.com. Follow him on Twitter at IronE Singleton.
He is a remarkable man who is out to do something for the world. Please, $1. IronE, where should they send the dollar to?
It's on the website.
What's on the website?
Yeah, go to IronESingleton.com, you guys, and you can see the link to go to Kickstarter.
If not, send the dollar to me. I'll take 10% and send the rest.
Well, you know what? You deserve 10%, Ron, given how much you're promoting it.
I donated to your cause because you're a beautiful thing for humanity, as a true Christian would do. You know, Jane Russell, my dearest friend, was very Christian.
I have a question for you.
And she taught me a lot of stuff.
So you wrote and directed a comedy. Is it available to see places? It's called White Man, Black Man, Jew Man. I've never even heard of it before. Like, I just right now as we're talking to you, and I'm like, oh my God, that sounds hilarious. Is that available someplace that we can see it?
What, Black Man?
On Amazon.
On Amazon, you guys check this out. It looks very funny, and the fact that you wrote and directed it, you guys. So everybody, check it out. You also got to check all his different stuff out. If you go on IMDb, he's got lots of credits. You got anything coming up we should know about? You got any?
He's coming to New York and Jersey.
Oh yeah, that'll be in a few weeks. That's Walker Stalker Con, New Jersey. But still, my music, my album is available at Amazon, all over, iTunes, SoundCloud, you name it.
Is it under just IronE Singleton?
It is just IronE Singleton. The name of the album is Hypocrisy. But it's interesting, Ron, that you pointed out all of this ignorance that we have in our society. I believe and I feel that those are the people that should come to the show because the show is very enlightening. And once they leave the show, I don't think that they will feel the same way they felt going into the show.
I love it.
Opens up a lot of heart.
You'll never get them into a show unless they're in a truck and they want to drive in and kill the audience. That's the only way you'll get those kind of people.
True.
Yeah, I hate those people. What they did in New York was disgusting. Run down and kill those 8 people.
But those aren't the people that are going after his show.
No, I know that, but those are the people that instigate the other morons that listen to them. What religion says that if you kill people, Allah gives you a better house to live in heaven, or whatever the fuck it is? I mean, really and truly, that's a religion. God tells you to go kill innocent people.
Actually, Hannah Clive from the UK just said she just pledged on the site.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
who did it?
Oh, awesome, Hannah.
Thank you, my darling.
Also, you guys, Hannah Clive, because she just sent me her seed. She's in the UK, and I guess her father was a big actor in the UK, and she's got a new EP called Kiss of Life that she just sent us. We're going to play music in another show.
Yeah.
But anyway, Hannah Clive.
Thank you, my dear. And you know what? You know, I said, you don't know who Jane Russell is. Of course not. Jane Russell was a very famous movie star in the 40s, very legendary movie star. And she was a Christian, not a born again. She was a Christian for all her life. And she fought for Christianity, and I was her dearest friend, and being gay, there was a little issues there. She said, I love you to pieces. I just don't approve of your lifestyle. I said, who the hell gives a shit what you approve of, Jane? You know, we're friends. Put religion aside. And she did. And we had a wonderful friendship for years till she passed away. But the teachings that she told me were that Christianity, a true Christian, is you. And Jane Russell, donated so much money. She worked with me. I did shows with her, and she never took a dollar. Her Social Security check went to her church. They needed a roof. Wow. We raised money. This is true getting together, what you're all about. People coming together and using a religion to bind them. Not a religion to drive trucks into people.
Well, I would have to say, just like we'd have to break down all those walls, like you said, Jane told you not to use religion, or she didn't, she said, don't separate because of religion, but come together because of it. And I think that regardless of religion, we're all humans. We're all in this thing together. And we should come together and love each other regardless of where we're from, what we look like, our race, our sex, our sexual orientation, so on and so forth. But I think this show can help a lot of people to overcome whatever issues they're dealing with.
And I know you do it with your heart. Remember one thing. We're not saying love everybody, because there are a lot of motherfuckers out there that you want to shoot. And you know what? You have to know that. If they're no good, you get rid of them. Just because they're people, you don't have to be nice to them. You be nice
That's
to
not
the
what Christianity
No,
will tell
you be nice. You be nice to the good people. What? He's from the projects. He never heard that word? Please, I was from the Red Hook projects. I know the words. You
The
know?
Red Hook projects. Where,
In
where's the Red
Brooklyn.
Hook project? Oh, Red
In
Hook,
Brooklyn.
really?
I was born in
In-
Red Hook in the Brooklyn projects. I'm not
Have you ever
lying.
seen a black man blush? You say, I don't know.
Look
You
a
got
little
me
red.
blushing over
Oh,
here,
you
bro.
never heard that word. You never heard that curse word.
I'm talking about, no, I've heard, I've heard it all.
You know,
but
there isn't a brother I haven't met that hasn't said, "Hey, motherfucker, how you doing?" That's their hello.
I haven't said it since those days, probably. It's been a long Well, no, in my show. I do say it in my show, though. I do
course
say
you
it.
do.
I do.
They're only
Yeah, it's in my
words. They're only
It's in my
words.
show.
They have no meaning. They're just words. Sometimes they're words of warmth. You know, in Brooklyn, we'd say, "Hey, how the fuck are you?" And that fuck is not a dirty word. It's kind of like a friendship thing. It's like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, it's just a way of being more informal.
Like Eddie Murphy was in Coming to America.
Right.
You remember how he said?
Right, exactly.
Ooh.
Because if you really know the meaning of the word F-U-C-K, it means not just fornication
Under
about
the
something.
consent of the king.
That's all. Who gives a shit about the? So you're getting laid without the king saying it, letting you. I mean, it's not a bad word.
Anyway, hold
and
on,
a
because
son
we've only
of-
got 2 minutes, and we have to
I
go
mean,
over some
curses
stuff
really
here.
don't have bad meanings.
All right, you guys, listen up. This is IronE Singleton.
Who is fabulous?
Who is fabulous. We really want you guys to support his project. It's called Blindsided by the Walking Dead. It's on Kickstarter. We also want you to watch everything he's been in. He's in The Walking Dead, and he's in The Blind Side. It's funny how like Blindsided by the Walking Dead, because you got the Walking Dead and The Blind Side. I didn't even get that till right now. I'm so retarded.
Really? Oh, I thought you got it last time, Jimmy.
I'm like just totally retarded, but I think it's fabulous. And he's got a whole bunch of other great credits, you guys. But this is something that he's doing to give back to the world and the community and trying to make the world a better place for everybody to be. So we would really appreciate it if you guys would support it so he can take this show on the road. He's really a fabulous guy. You can follow him on Twitter at IronE Singleton, IronESingleton, and check out his website, ironesingleton.com, which has everything that you need to know. And watch the Kickstarter video, you guys. It's like a 6 or 7 minute video. It's a really good video all about him, and I think that it's a great project, and we would really appreciate it. Everybody should support it. And if you're a really big fan, you should get your own T-Dog action figure like I got.
But if
Hey,
do you get any money from that?
From what?
From
I
those?
get a few coins.
Oh, good.
I
Well,
get a
then
check
buy-
every now and then.
All right,
Okay.
buy the doll, everybody. But anyway, you know, I don't say this often, and I'm not blowing smoke up your wazoo, but I'm really happy to know you guys, and I'm proud to know the both of you, because one of my things in life is too many black people take the wrong road. Like Medea says. You ever watch the Medea movies?
Yes, yes.
We love Tyler
Every
Perry.
one of his movies have a message in them, and the message is, because you're black, because you live in a project, because your mother's a prostitute and your father's a pimp or a dope addict, doesn't mean that you can't be an irony and get out there and take from this country what is available and become who you are and who your wife is and live a good, decent life. Being black does not mean being a criminal. And that's my big fight. Because if you walk down the street at 3 o'clock in the morning and it's
stereotypes,
dark,
is better.
and 2 black guys walk towards you, you shouldn't be frightened. Okay, that's my saying. You should not be frightened if 2 black men walk towards you, yet all white people are, because of that stigmatism that black men are drug addicts and they will kill you for your shoes, sneakers, or whatever.
I appreciate that, Ron, and it's and the show, my show touches on that, and it
know it
touches
does.
on stereotypes, and it touches on this stereotype that's projected through the media, and especially with black people being in situations beyond their control and kind of having it to become a cycle and perpetuating that cycle. Of course, we can break that cycle, but at the same time, we have We have to fight. We have to continue to fight and never quit, never give up. We have to persevere. But we have a lot of images out there that promote this image that the black man is a criminal and so on and so forth. So we have to continue to touch on the hearts of the people that continue to promote that type of negativity.
Well, it's
absolutely.
It's because the world hasn't met people like you and Wendy and Angie and so many other black friends of ours. I mean, we don't hang out with the drug addict, killer, prison people. Not white or black. They're not my kind of people. I don't want some jailbird creep nut job. You know what I mean? I only like decent people, nice people. And it doesn't matter what color they are. But, you know, white people only see the bad. Some a lot of white people. I mean, what am I going to lie? Please. I mean, this bullshit about the whites love the blacks is really a big publicity thing. They still don't like them. And you know what?
In the chat room, they're saying love has no color.
Yeah, but
that's
wait
the best way to say it.
Let me tell you something. We had a black woman come to look at our house because it's for sale, and her husband was Hindu. And I was telling her, I said, I'm so happy. We're so nice to have a black in our neighborhood. You know, what they call them? Neighborhood crashes or something. You know, when a black person comes in, it wrecks the neighborhood. So I said to her, she was lovely, by the way. She was beautifully spoken. She was gorgeously done, her hair, everything. Had money. And very sweet lady, and I told her it would be a pleasure for you to live here. I forgot why I'm telling the story.
I don't know why you're telling it either.
I'm getting senile.
You're just talking about why we all should come together. But just
we should come together.
Oh, there was a reason. So she said to me, she said, do you think the neighbors would accept me? I said, the question I would have said was, will you accept our neighbors? Because they're trash. 3 doors down, they're white trash. No, seriously, 3 doors down, we have fights with them with the police because they let their dogs run around. Freaking dog came in my house. I got 2 dogs. They could have killed each other. They're white trash, honey. I said, don't worry about, you know, the whites accepting you. You worry about accepting the whites. Trust me. So anyway.
We got to go.
We have to go, but we're going to talk more.
You guys, listen, go back. IronESingleton.com, you guys. Blindsided by The Walking Dead. It's a one-man show supported on Kickstarter. IronE, you and your wife are fabulous. I wish you all the luck with everything. Please have your wife email me when you're coming up here so we know when it is and we'll come visit.
Definitely come see you.
Thank you.
And tell your wife thank you and thanks for everything went by smooth this time. But we really hope the show gets funded and everything works terrific, and we'll see you soon.
And the minute you have bookings, a schedule of where you're booked, you come back and you tell us. Look at her. Where is she? Get over here.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I want to know, how did you, not so handsome, get such a beautiful wife? I mean, did you tell her you were rich or something?
No, because I was in the project. 9th grade.
They've been together since you was in 9th grade.
Since you were kids, you've been together.
Awesome. Yes.
Oh, that's
she saw something in me I didn't see in myself, and God felt the need to bring her into my life at that young age because God knew I needed her.
Well, if that's what God did, I'm very happy, and I like God for doing that because He certainly made 2 wonderful people on this planet, and I'm not blowing smoke up your butts.
All right, you guys, thank you so much.
See you soon. See you too, my son.
Love you guys. Thank you, Hannah. Love each other, everybody. It's free.
There you go. It's free. I love that. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. All right.